Tonight we're going to explore one of the most profound truths of human existence, that the people who enter your life, they don't come by accident. Every face that appears in your story, every voice that speaks into your world, every heart that touches yours, even briefly, they are part of something much larger than coincidence. So find your most comfortable position now. Whether you're lying in bed, settled in your favorite chair, or curled up on the couch, let your body sink into whatever is supporting you, as if you're being held by the earth itself. Close your eyes gently, like flower petals folding inward at dusk. There's no effort here, just a soft surrender to this moment, to this breath, to this invitation your soul has been waiting for. Begin to notice your breathing, not changing it, just watching it like you would watch clouds drifting across a summer sky. Each inhale brings you deeper into yourself. Each exhale releases anything you no longer need to carry. Let your jaw soften, your shoulders drop away from your ears, your hands rest open and receptive. Feel your body becoming heavy, wonderfully heavy, like warm honey settling into stillness. Tonight, you are both the traveler and the path itself. You are about to walk through the landscape of your own connections, to visit the souls who have shaped you, and to understand why they came exactly when they did, exactly as they were, exactly as you needed them. This isn't just a story I'm telling you. This is your story, unfolding through the language of the heart. As we journey together, you'll recognize faces, remember moments, and feel the golden thread that connects every encounter in your life. Some of the people we'll meet tonight made you laugh until your belly ached. Others made you cry until you thought the tears would never end. Some stayed for decades, others for just a moment. Some loved you gently, others challenged you fiercely. But each one, each precious soul, came as a teacher, a mirror, a gift wrapped in human form. Take a deeper breath now. And as you exhale, let go of any need to understand everything with your mind tonight. Your heart already knows these truths. Your soul has been waiting to remember them. We're simply coming home to what you've always known but perhaps forgotten. Feel yourself settling even deeper now, like a leaf finally finding its place on the forest floor. Your breathing is slowing. Your thoughts are quieting. And somewhere deep inside, a door is opening. A door to the sacred understanding of why no one enters your life by chance. In ancient traditions, they say that before we're born, our souls make agreements, sacred contracts with other souls. We promise to find each other, to play certain roles in each other's awakening, to love each other back to wholeness, even when that love looks like challenge, even when it looks like loss. Tonight, you're going to remember these agreements, these soul contracts that have been guiding your life all along. You're going to see your relationships not as random encounters, but as divine appointments, each one perfectly timed, perfectly designed for your highest growth. And as this understanding settles into your bones, into your very cells, you'll feel something shift inside you. Where there was once confusion, there will be clarity. Where there was once hurt, there will be gratitude. Where there was once loneliness, there will be recognition that you are held, always held, in an invisible web of love. So breathe with me now, in through your nose, filling your belly like a balloon, and out through slightly parted lips, releasing any tension, any worry, any need to be anywhere other than right here, right now. In this sacred moment of awakening, your journey begins, not with a step, but with a remembering. You are standing at the edge of understanding, at the threshold of recognition, ready to walk through the gallery of souls who have loved you, challenged you, and shaped you into exactly who you are meant to be. Let your last conscious breath be one of gratitude. Gratitude for every person who has ever crossed your path. For they are all, every single one, here tonight, waiting to show you the miracle of a life lived in divine connection. Before you get settled, please like this video and subscribe. I'd love to know where you're listening from and what time it is. Just drop a comment and let me know. It's always wonderful to see people from around the world joining us for these midnight journeys of the heart. Now turn down your lights, maybe switch off that fan or any background noise, and let's start this peaceful journey together. And now, the journey begins. Part 1. The Garden of First Meetings. You find yourself standing at the edge of an ancient garden, a place that exists between worlds, between memory and dream, between what was and what is yet to be. The air is soft and cool against your skin, filled with the sweet fragrance of night-blooming jasmine, the gentle whisper of morning mist, and something else, something that speaks directly to your soul, the scent of infinite possibility. This is the Garden of First Meetings, where souls first recognize each other across time and space, where the innocent heart learns what it means to connect, to trust, to love without condition or expectation. This is where your story of connection truly began, long before you understood what you were experiencing, long before you had words for the magic that happens when one heart recognizes another. Your bare feet touch the cool stone path, smooth from centuries, perhaps millennia, of seekers who have walked this way before you. Each stone has been worn soft by countless souls seeking understanding, seeking healing, seeking the truth about why certain people appear in our lives exactly when they do. Each step you take awakens something deep within, a remembering that stirs in your chest like a sleeping bird finally opening its wings after a long winter. The garden stretches endlessly before you, paths winding between ancient trees whose branches seem to hold secrets whispered by lovers, by friends, by every soul who has ever felt the miracle of true connection. Flower beds shimmer with an inner light, each bloom representing a moment of recognition, an instant of understanding, a breath when two souls looked at each other and knew, without knowing how they knew, that they belonged in each other's stories. Fountains sing throughout the garden, their water carrying the music of pure connection, the sound of barriers dissolving, of hearts opening, of souls remembering their eternal dance together. The melody is hauntingly beautiful, familiar yet mysterious, like a song you've always known but never heard before. You begin to walk, slowly, reverently, each step a prayer, each breath a meditation, knowing that this is sacred ground. With each movement forward, you feel yourself becoming younger, more open, returning to that time when your heart was a wide open door, when you believed in magic, when every person you met was a potential friend, a possible adventure, a doorway to discovering something new about yourself. The path beneath your feet seems to pulse gently with life, with the energy of all the connections that have ever been made, all the love that has ever been shared, all the lessons that have ever been learned through the beautiful mystery of human relationship. You feel held by this energy, supported by it, as if the very earth is reminding you that you are never truly alone, that you are always connected to the great web of being that includes every soul you've ever encountered. As you walk deeper into the garden, the light around you begins to shift and dance, creating patterns that speak to something ancient within you, something that remembers when you first learned that love was possible, when you first discovered that another person could see you, really see you, and choose to stay. The childhood friend. The path curves gently to the left, following the natural rhythm of the garden's ancient design. And there, sitting on a moss-covered stone bench beneath a canopy of silver leaves that catch the ethereal light like trapped starfire, you see them, your first real friend, the one who taught you that love could be simple, uncomplicated, pure as morning dew on spider silk. The recognition hits you like a warm wave, a feeling so deep and true it brings tears to your eyes. Maybe it was the child next door who spent countless summer afternoons building fairy houses with you in the backyard, their laugh mixing with yours like music, floating on warm air, creating a symphony of pure joy that your heart has never forgotten. You can almost hear that laughter now, echoing through the garden, as real and present as it was all those years ago. Or perhaps it was the classmate who shared their cookies at lunch when you'd forgotten yours, who chose you for their team even when others seemed more skilled, who saw something special in you before you even knew it was there, something precious and worthy that they recognized with the clear sight that only children possess, before the world taught them to look for reasons not to love. Maybe it was your childhood neighbor, the one who knocked on your door every morning, eyes bright with possibility, asking if you could come out to play, as if your presence was the most important ingredient in their day, as if adventures were only worth having if you were there to share them. As you approach this sacred figure from your past, their face turns toward you, and those eyes, those sweet, innocent, knowing eyes, hold the same wonder they held all those years ago. But now you see something more in them. You see the wisdom they carried, the gift they brought, the profound lesson they came to teach your young heart about the nature of unconditional love. In their presence, you remember what it felt like to be loved just for being you. No masks required, no pretending necessary, no need to be anything other than exactly who you were in that moment, in all your awkward, curious, imperfect, perfect humanity. You remember how their acceptance of you was so complete, so natural, that you never questioned whether you deserved it. You simply received it, the way flowers receive sunlight, as their natural birthright. They speak without words now, their soul reaching out to yours with that familiar warmth, that quality of presence that made you feel like the most interesting person in the world. And you understand now, with the clarity that only comes with time and wisdom, why they came into your life when they did. They were your introduction to unconditional love, your first teacher in the art of pure connection, your initial guide into the mystery of how one heart can recognize another across the seeming separateness of individual experience. They showed you that friendship could be a sanctuary, a place where you were always welcome, always enough, always celebrated simply for existing. They taught you that connection didn't require you to be different, better, more accomplished. It simply required you to show up, to be present, to offer the gift of your authentic self, and to receive their authentic self in return. Feel that love now, washing over you like warm sunlight after a long winter. That simple, uncomplicated, beautiful love that asked nothing of you, except that you be yourself. Let it fill all the places in your heart that have forgotten how easy it once was to connect, how natural it felt to trust, how beautiful it was to be seen and accepted completely, without conditions, without reservations, without the complicated negotiations that adult relationships often require. This soul came to plant the first seeds of love in your garden, to show you that you were worthy of affection, deserving of joy, capable of deep connection. They came to establish in your young heart the foundational truth that love was your birthright, that connection was possible, that another person could choose to value you, to enjoy you, to want you in their world, not because you earned it, but simply because you were you. Even if you've lost touch, even if years have passed like rivers carrying you to different shores, even if you couldn't find them now if you tried, that love lives on in you, a foundation stone upon which all other loves would build. It became part of your cellular memory, part of your understanding of what's possible between souls, part of your ability to recognize love when it appears in your life, to trust it, to receive it, to offer it in return. In this sacred garden, you can feel them with you still, their presence a gentle reminder that pure love exists, that it found you once, that it lives within you now, that it will find you again and again throughout your life in many different forms, many different faces, many different expressions of the same eternal truth. You are lovable. You are worthy. You are enough. Breathe in this truth now. Let it settle into your bones, into your blood, into the deepest parts of your being. You were loved completely, without reason, without condition, and that love changed you forever, made you capable of recognizing real love when it appears, made you able to offer that same quality of acceptance to others, made you a carrier of the very love you received, ready to pass it forward to other souls who need to know what you learned so long ago, that love is real, love is possible, love is your natural state. The first heartbreak. The path continues deeper into the garden, winding past clusters of forget-me-nots that seem to glow with their own inner light, past ancient sundials that mark not time, but the seasons of the heart. And the light grows softer here, more golden, tinged with the bittersweet beauty of lessons learned through tender pain, through the kind of hurt that cracks you open and lets more light in, even when you don't want it, even when you resist the teaching with everything you have. The air carries the scent of roses here, both the intoxicating sweetness of their petals and the sharp reminder of their thorns, beauty and protection, love and boundaries, pleasure and the possibility of pain, all woven together in the complex tapestry of deeper relationships, relationships that ask more of us, that require us to grow, to stretch, to become more than we were before. You see them there, beneath the ancient rose arbor, where red and white blooms intertwine like the joy and sorrow of human connection. The first person who broke your heart, who taught you that love could be complicated, that opening yourself to another soul meant opening yourself to the possibility of being hurt, of being disappointed, of learning that not everyone who touches your heart is ready to hold it safely. The sight of them creates a complex symphony in your chest, notes of old pain harmonizing with deeper understanding, the sharp sting of memory softened by the wisdom you've gained, the hurt you once felt transformed into something richer, more complex, more beautiful, like wine that has aged into something far more valuable than its original form. Maybe it was your first romantic love, the one who made your pulse quicken and your dreams come alive, who taught you that your heart was capable of feelings you never knew existed, feelings so intense and beautiful they seemed to rewrite the very definition of what it meant to be alive. You remember how their smile could change the entire quality of your day, how their attention felt like being chosen by the universe itself, how their presence made ordinary moments feel magical, transformed, sacred. But then came the lesson wrapped in pain, when they chose someone else, when they moved away, when they simply weren't ready for what you offered, when they couldn't see the beauty you held out to them like a rare flower, when they were too young, too afraid, too wounded themselves to receive the love you offered so freely, so completely, so trustingly. Or perhaps it was a different kind of heartbreak, the friend who outgrew you, who moved into circles where you didn't fit, where your presence became uncomfortable, inconvenient. A reminder of who they used to be before they decided to become someone else. You remember the confusion, the sense of betrayal, the wondering what you did wrong, why you weren't enough to hold their loyalty, their affection, their continued presence in your world. Maybe it was the mentor who disappointed you, the adult you looked up to, who proved to be human in ways that shattered your faith, who let you down when you needed them most, who showed you that even the people we admire most carry their own brokenness, their own limitations, their own capacity to cause harm, even when they meant to help. Or it could have been a family member whose love felt conditional, whose acceptance came with strings you couldn't see until they pulled tight, who taught you that even the people who are supposed to love us unconditionally sometimes love us with conditions we can never quite meet. No matter how hard we try, no matter how much we change ourselves trying to become worthy of their approval. As you look at them now, sitting there in the dappled light that filters through rose leaves and dreams, you see something you couldn't see then, something your young heart was too hurt to recognize, too overwhelmed to understand. You see their own confusion, their own fear, their own unhealed wounds that made them unable to receive what you offered, or to give what you needed, or to show up in the way your heart required. They look up at you with eyes that hold apology, understanding, and a deep sadness for the pain they caused, pain they may not have even known they were causing at the time, pain that seemed inevitable given who they were, where they were in their own journey, what they were capable of in that moment of their own becoming, in this sacred space where truth lives unguarded, where hearts speak their deepest knowing. You feel something shift in your chest, the old wound, the one you've carried like a stone in your heart, like a thorn wrapped in scar tissue, begins to soften, begins to transform, begins to reveal its hidden gift, its secret purpose, its role in your becoming. They speak to you now, not with their voice, but with their essence, with the truth that can only be shared soul to soul. And you hear what they came to teach you, what they were always trying to teach you, even through the vehicle of their own brokenness, their own inability to love you properly. I came to crack you open, they say, their words like gentle rain on parched earth, so that more love could enter. I came to show you the strength of your own heart, how it could break and still keep beating, how it could shatter and still choose to love again, how it could be wounded and still remain open to beauty, to connection, to the possibility of being seen and cherished by someone more capable of holding what you offered. I came to teach you discernment, to show you the difference between love and need, between affection and possession, between being seen and being idealized, between connection and projection. I came to help you understand that not everyone who touches your heart is meant to stay in your life forever, that some souls come to teach specific lessons, to open specific doors, to heal specific wounds, and then their work is complete, their purpose fulfilled, their gift delivered. I came to show you that heartbreak isn't the end of love. It's love expanding, making room for deeper connections, truer understandings, more authentic relationships. The pain I caused became compost for your compassion. The tears you cried watered the seeds of your empathy. The healing you had to do made you stronger, more resilient, more capable of real intimacy, more able to recognize healthy love when it appears. You understand now, with a clarity that comes like sunrise after the longest night. This person wasn't your enemy. They were your teacher. They came disguised as heartbreak to offer you one of love's most important lessons, that your worth isn't determined by another person's ability to see it, that your lovability isn't diminished by someone else's inability to love you properly, that the failure of one connection doesn't predict the failure of all future connections. They taught you that heartbreak, real heartbreak, isn't just pain. It's initiation. It's expansion. It's your heart growing larger to hold more love, more wisdom, more understanding, more compassion, both for yourself and for others who carry their own wounds, their own limitations, their own reasons for not being able to show up perfectly in relationship. The pain they caused became the birthplace of your emotional intelligence, your ability to read the subtle signs of compatibility, your capacity to honor your own needs while holding compassion for others, your understanding that love requires not just feeling, but skill, not just attraction, but readiness, not just desire, but the ability to follow through, to stay present, to do the hard work that real intimacy requires. Feel the forgiveness blooming in your chest now, not because they deserve it, though perhaps they do, but because you deserve it. You deserve to be free from carrying their mistakes, their inability to love you properly, their failure to recognize the gift you offered, their choice to prioritize something else, someone else, some other version of themselves, over the connection you offered. You deserve to remember their role in your story, not as the villain who broke your heart, but as the unwitting angel who taught you that your heart was vast enough, strong enough, resilient enough to survive anything, to transform any pain into wisdom, any wound into compassion, any ending into a new beginning. Let this truth settle deep within you, like seeds finding fertile soil. Your capacity to love was never diminished by their inability to receive it. In fact, it grew stronger, more discerning, more beautiful, more valuable, because of what they taught you. You learned to love more wisely, to trust more carefully, to give more consciously, to receive more gratefully, to recognize real compatibility, real readiness, real love when it appears. The roses around you seem to glow brighter now, their thorns no longer threatening symbols of potential pain, but protective boundaries that allow love to flourish safely. Reminders that real love honors both the beauty and the boundaries, both the opening and the protection, both the vulnerability and the wisdom that keeps that vulnerability sacred. You have learned the wisdom of the rose, to love deeply while honoring your own sacred worth, to offer your beauty while maintaining your protection, to be open to connection while being discerning about who deserves access to your tender places, to trust in love while being wise about which loves are healthy, sustainable, mutual, and real. Your heart has grown stronger, more resilient, more capable of discerning real love from its shadows, need from authentic affection, projection from genuine seeing, fantasy from reality. And for this unexpected gift, wrapped though it was in pain, delivered though it was through disappointment, you find yourself feeling, perhaps for the first time, genuinely, deeply, surprisingly grateful. The path calls you forward now, toward new encounters, new lessons, new understanding. But you carry with you the wisdom of the garden's first profound teaching, that every person who touches your heart, even those who seem to break it, comes bearing gifts, comes offering growth, comes to love you back to wholeness in ways you never could have imagined, in ways that only became clear with time, with distance, with the kind of perspective that transforms even our deepest wounds into our most treasured wisdom. Part 2. The River of Growth. The garden path begins to slope gently downward now, carrying you away from the tender memories of first meetings, first loves, first lessons in the complexity of human connection. The stone beneath your feet gradually gives way to soft earth, rich and dark and alive, earth that has been nourished by countless seasons, countless cycles of growth and rest, countless transformations. You hear it before you see it, the gentle murmur of flowing water, a sound that speaks to something ancient in your soul, something that remembers when all of life emerged from the sacred waters of creation, when all wisdom flowed like rivers from the source of all knowing. The sound grows stronger with each step, more melodious, more inviting, calling you toward the next phase of your journey, the next layer of understanding about why certain souls appear in your life exactly when they do. And then, there it is, emerging from behind a grove of weeping willows whose branches dance like prayer flags in the gentle breeze. The River of Growth. Its waters catch the ethereal light of this place between worlds, sparkling like liquid starlight, flowing with the accumulated wisdom of every soul who has ever learned, ever grown, ever been transformed by the sacred gift of connection. This is where you encounter the souls who didn't just love you, but believed in you, who saw not just who you were, but who you could become, who offered their faith in your potential as a bridge between your present self and your highest possibility. This is where you meet the teachers, the mentors, the unexpected guides who appeared at crucial moments in your becoming, offering exactly what you needed, exactly when you needed it, in ways that seemed magical, miraculous, perfectly timed by some invisible hand that orchestrates the dance of souls. The air here is different, charged with possibility, thick with the energy of transformation, alive with the resonance of every moment when one person's belief in another became the catalyst for profound change. You can feel it in your chest, a stirring, a remembering, a recognition of those pivotal moments when someone else's faith in you became the foundation upon which you built a new understanding of yourself. The riverbank is lined with smooth stones, each one polished by the flowing water, each one representing a moment of growth, an instant of expansion, a breath when you realized you were capable of more than you had ever imagined. As you walk along the water's edge, you feel these stones beneath your feet, solid, supportive, reminding you that growth is not just ethereal, not just spiritual, but grounded, practical, built on the accumulated moments when you chose to become more than you were before. The Mentor's Bridge, ahead, spanning the river like a miracle of ancient engineering, stands a bridge unlike any you have ever seen. It appears to be carved from a single piece of moonstone, translucent and luminous, seeming to glow from within with a light that pulses gently, rhythmically, like a great heart beating with love and wisdom. The stones that form its arch are fitted so perfectly that no mortar was needed, held together by something stronger than mere construction, held together by the invisible bonds of faith, trust, and the sacred commitment that one soul makes to another's becoming. This is the Mentor's Bridge, built not by human hands but by human hearts, constructed from the accumulated acts of faith that teachers, guides, mentors, coaches, wise friends have offered to those still learning to believe in themselves. Every stone in its structure represents a moment when someone chose to see potential in another, to invest their time, energy, wisdom, love in the possibility of someone else's growth. As you approach the bridge, you see them, standing at its center, hands resting gently on the ancient stone railing, looking out over the flowing waters with the kind of peaceful satisfaction that comes from a life spent in service to others' becoming. Your mentor, your guide, the person who believed in you before you believed in yourself, who saw your light when you only knew darkness, who offered their faith as a bridge between who you were and who you were meant to become. The recognition sends a wave of emotion through your entire being. Gratitude so profound it brings tears to your eyes. Love so deep it seems to expand your very capacity to feel. This is the person who changed everything, not through grand gestures or dramatic interventions, but through the simple revolutionary act of seeing you, really seeing you, not just your surface self, but your soul, your potential, your hidden gifts, your sleeping greatness. Maybe it was a teacher who stayed after school to help you understand not just the lesson, but your own capability to learn, to grow, to achieve things you thought were beyond your reach. You remember how they looked at you, not with pity or frustration, but with a kind of knowing smile, as if they could see the person you would become, as if your future success was already written in your eyes, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be believed in, waiting to be called forth. Or perhaps it was a coach who saw something in you that you couldn't see yourself, who pushed you not just to perform better, but to expand your understanding of what was possible, who taught you that limitations are often just stories we tell ourselves, boundaries we accept without questioning, ceilings we assume are fixed when they are actually just temporary stopping points waiting for the right encouragement to move them higher. Maybe it was a boss who took a chance on you when others wouldn't, who gave you opportunities you weren't sure you deserved, who created space for you to grow into roles you never imagined yourself capable of filling. They saw past your resume, past your lack of experience, past your self-doubt, to something deeper, something truer. Your fundamental capacity for excellence, for leadership, for making a meaningful contribution to the world. It could have been a family member, a grandparent whose faith in you was unwavering, who spoke your dreams back to you when you had forgotten them, who reminded you of your own strength when you felt weak, who held the vision of your highest self steady and bright, even when you couldn't see it yourself. Especially when you couldn't see it yourself. Or perhaps it was a stranger, someone whose path crossed yours briefly but significantly, who offered words of encouragement at exactly the moment you needed them, who saw you struggling and chose to invest a moment of their time, their energy, their wisdom, in helping you remember who you really were beneath the temporary confusion, the momentary defeat, the passing cloud of self-doubt. As you step onto the bridge, approaching this sacred figure from your past, you feel the solid stone beneath your feet, stone that has supported countless others on their journey from one side of themselves to the other, from who they were to who they were becoming, from limitation to possibility, from doubt to faith, from fear to courage. They turn toward you now, and their face, oh, their face, holds the same expression it held all those years ago. That look of absolute conviction in your worth, your potential, your ability to become everything you were meant to be. In their eyes, you see yourself reflected not as you were then, uncertain, struggling, searching, but as they saw you then, as they see you now, whole, capable, magnificent, already perfect even while still growing, already complete even while still becoming. They speak, and their voice carries the same gentle authority it always carried, the same unwavering confidence in your ability to rise to whatever challenge, whatever opportunity, whatever calling life placed before you. I always knew, they say, their words flowing over you like warm honey, like healing balm on old wounds of self-doubt. I could see it in you from the very beginning. That spark, that light, that something special that made you different, that made you remarkable, that made you someone worth investing in. I didn't create your potential, they continue, their smile warm and knowing. I simply recognized it, honored it, held space for it to unfold, created conditions where it could flourish, offered my faith as fertilizer for your growing, my belief as water for your becoming, my encouragement as sunlight for your blossoming. You were always capable of everything you've achieved, everything you've become, everything you're still becoming. I was simply privileged to witness your unfolding, to play a small part in your recognition of your own magnificence, to serve as a mirror reflecting back to you the truth of your own extraordinary nature. Standing there on the bridge, surrounded by the gentle sound of flowing water, held in the warm glow of their unwavering faith, you understand now the profound gift they offered you. It wasn't just instruction. It wasn't just opportunity. It wasn't just support. Though it was all of those things, it was something far more precious, far more transformative, far more life-changing. They offered you a new story about yourself, a story in which you were the hero rather than the victim, the solution rather than the problem, the gift rather than the burden. They saw past your temporary struggles, your momentary failures, your passing confusions, to the eternal truth of your essential worth, your inherent capability, your natural magnificence. Their belief became a bridge, spanning the gap between your old understanding of yourself and the new possibility they helped you see, connecting who you thought you were with who you actually are, linking your limited self-perception with your unlimited potential. They didn't change you. You were always perfect. They simply helped you remember, helped you recognize, helped you step into the truth of who you had always been. Feel that gratitude flowing through you now, not just for what they taught you, but for how they saw you, for the faith they offered when you had none in yourself, for the vision they held steady when yours was clouded by doubt, for the love they demonstrated through their investment in your becoming, for the gift of being truly seen, truly believed in, truly supported in your growth. This soul came into your life as a bridge builder, a gap closer, a possibility expander, showing you that transformation is not just an individual journey, but a collaborative miracle, that we grow not just through our own efforts, but through the sacred act of being witnessed, encouraged, believed in by those who see our potential before we do. Let this truth settle deep within you. Their faith in you was not misplaced, not naive, not overly optimistic. It was recognition, pure recognition, of what was already true, what had always been true, what would always be true about your essential nature, your fundamental worth, your inherent capability for growth, for contribution, for becoming everything you were meant to be. The brief encounter. The bridge carries you to the other side of the river, to a different landscape entirely, where the path winds through a meadow filled with wildflowers that seem to glow with their own inner light. Flowers that bloom for just a moment, their beauty brief but unforgettable, their impact lasting long after their petals have fallen, their seeds scattered to grow in places they will never see. This is the realm of brief encounters, of momentary meetings, of those souls who cross our path for just an instant, sometimes literally just a single conversation, a chance meeting, a random interaction that somehow changes everything, that shifts our perspective, that plants a seed of possibility, that offers exactly the right words at exactly the right moment, that reminds us of something we had forgotten, or teaches us something we desperately needed to know. The air here shimmers with the energy of all those magical moments, those divine appointments disguised as coincidences, those sacred intersections where two paths cross for just long enough for one soul to offer another exactly what they need, before continuing on their separate journeys, forever changed by the brief but profound connection. As you walk through this meadow of momentary miracles, you feel them all around you, the countless souls who touched your life briefly but significantly, the stranger on the train who said exactly what you needed to hear, the cashier whose smile lifted your spirits on your darkest day, the child in the park whose innocent question shifted your entire perspective, the elderly person whose simple wisdom cut through years of confusion like a blade of light through darkness. And then, there they are, sitting by the moonlit water where a small tributary feeds into the main river, their presence somehow both surprising and inevitable. both random and perfectly orchestrated, both brief and eternal. The person whose single word, single gesture, single moment of connection changed the entire trajectory of your life. The sight of them creates a complex symphony of recognition in your chest, a remembering that goes deeper than memory, a knowing that transcends the logical mind, a understanding that some connections are not measured by duration but by depth, not by quantity of time but by quality of impact, not by how long someone stays in our life, but by how profoundly they transform it in the time they are present. Maybe it was the stranger who sat beside you on a bus during the most difficult period of your life, when you were wrestling with a decision that felt impossible, when you were lost in confusion and doubt, when you couldn't see any way forward. They started a casual conversation, nothing deep or profound, just simple human connection. But somehow, in the course of that ordinary exchange, they said something, some small comment, some passing observation, that suddenly illuminated the path you needed to take, that cut through all your mental complications to reveal a simple truth you had been unable to see. Or perhaps it was someone you met at a coffee shop, standing in line behind you during a particularly challenging week when everything felt overwhelming, when you were questioning your choices, your direction, your worth. They struck up a conversation while waiting, and in those few minutes, they shared something about their own journey, their own struggles, their own discoveries. That gave you permission to see your situation differently, to forgive yourself more easily, to trust the process of your becoming more completely. Maybe it was a fellow traveler you encountered during a trip, someone whose path crossed yours in some distant city, some foreign country, someplace far from your ordinary life. You shared a meal, a conversation, a moment of connection that transcended language barriers, cultural differences, the normal boundaries that keep strangers separate. In that brief encounter, they offered you a glimpse of a different way of being, a new perspective on life, an expanded understanding of what was possible that you carried home with you, and that continues to influence your choices, your attitudes, your approach to living even now. It could have been a service person, a doctor, a nurse, a counselor, whose professional interaction with you became something more, something sacred, something transformative. They were just doing their job, following their training, offering their skills. But somehow they brought something extra, something personal, something deeply human, to the encounter that turned a routine appointment into a moment of profound healing, profound recognition, profound growth. Or perhaps it was someone you encountered during a crisis, an accident, an emergency, a moment when your normal defenses were down, when you were vulnerable, open, raw with need. They appeared like an angel, offering help, offering comfort, offering exactly what you needed in that moment. Not just practical assistance, but human warmth, human connection, human kindness that restored your faith in people, in goodness, in the possibility that we are not as alone as we sometimes feel. As you approach this figure by the water, you feel the same sense of magic you felt during that original encounter. That sense that something larger than coincidence was at work, that invisible hands were orchestrating this meeting, that the universe itself was conspiring to bring you exactly what you needed, exactly when you needed it. exactly in the form you could best receive it. They look up at you with eyes that hold the same knowing they held during your brief time together. Eyes that seem to see more than they should. Eyes that recognize something in you that you might not even recognize in yourself. Eyes that hold the wisdom of someone who understands their role as a messenger, a catalyst, a bridge between where you were and where you needed to go. They speak, and their voice carries the same quality it carried all those years ago. Clear, direct, somehow both gentle and powerful, somehow both casual and profound, somehow both ordinary and magical. I was sent to you, they say, their words creating ripples in the still water beside them. Not to stay, but to deliver a message, to plant a seed, to offer a key, to provide a piece of the puzzle you were trying to solve. My role was never to become a permanent part of your story, but to appear at exactly the right moment, to say exactly the right words, to offer exactly the right perspective, to be the catalyst for your own breakthrough, your own recognition, your own next step forward. I was the universe's way of reaching out to you, of reminding you that you are held, supported, guided, even when you can't see the invisible hands that are constantly working on your behalf. What I offered you was not my own wisdom, but wisdom that came through me, wisdom that was meant for you, wisdom that used me as its vehicle, its messenger, its delivery system. I was privileged to be the one chosen to bring you what you needed, but the gift was always meant for you. The insight was always yours to receive. The breakthrough was always yours to experience. Some souls whisper and vanish, leaving echoes that last lifetimes. And that is exactly what I came to do. To whisper truth into your life, to plant seeds of possibility, to leave echoes of encouragement that would continue to reverberate long after our paths diverged, long after our brief intersection became just a memory, long after I disappeared back into the vast network of souls who serve each other in ways both seen and unseen. Standing there by the moonlit water, surrounded by the gentle sound of flowing streams, held in the warm glow of this mysterious connection, you understand now the profound nature of brief encounters, the sacred role of momentary meetings, the transformative power of single conversations that somehow contain exactly what we need to hear, exactly when we need to hear it. This person was not a random stranger. They were an answer to a prayer you might not have even known you were praying, a response to a need you might not have been able to articulate, a gift from a universe that is far more responsive, far more caring, far more personally invested in your well-being than you might have imagined. Their brief presence in your life was not an accident, not a coincidence, not a lucky chance, but a carefully orchestrated moment of grace, a divinely timed intervention, a sacred appointment that was arranged long before either of you understood your role in each other's story. Feel the wonder of this truth settling into your awareness. You are not navigating this life alone. You are not left to figure everything out by yourself. You are held in a vast network of souls, some who stay for years, some who appear for just a moment, all of whom are participating in the grand collaboration of your becoming, all of whom are serving the highest good of your growth, your healing, your awakening to the truth of who you really are. This brief encounter soul came to remind you that help comes in many forms, that guidance appears in unexpected packages, that love expresses itself through countless faces, countless voices, countless moments of connection that link us all in the invisible web of mutual support, mutual service, mutual recognition of our essential unity beneath the apparent separateness of individual experience. Let this recognition expand your awareness. Open your heart. Prepare you to receive the gifts that are still coming, the messages that are still being delivered, the encounters that are still being arranged. By the same invisible intelligence that brought this soul to you exactly when you needed them most. The sibling soul. The path leads you away from the moonlit tributary, deeper into the meadow where the wildflowers grow thicker, more abundant, more intertwined, their roots creating an underground network of connection that mirrors the invisible bonds between souls who recognize each other across time, across space, across all the arbitrary divisions that seem to separate us on the surface but dissolve completely when hearts truly meet. Here in this sacred space, you encounter a different kind of connection entirely, one that transcends the categories of family or friendship, romance or mentorship, one that exists in its own unique realm of recognition, of kinship, of soul-deep familiarity that defies explanation but requires none, that simply is, that has always been, that will always be, regardless of circumstances, regardless of proximity, regardless of the forms it takes in any particular lifetime. The air here vibrates with the energy of chosen family, of bonds that transcend blood, of connections that feel like coming home to a part of yourself you didn't know was missing until it was found, until it was recognized, until it was celebrated in the form of another human being who somehow carries a piece of your essence, your frequency, your cosmic signature in their very being. As you walk deeper into this sacred grove, you feel them before you see them. That familiar presence, that sense of recognition that goes deeper than knowing, that quality of connection that makes conversation effortless, silence comfortable, understanding automatic, and love unconditional, not because it was earned, but because it was recognized, because it was remembered, because it was already there, waiting to be acknowledged. And then, there they are, resting against the trunk of an ancient tree whose branches seem to hold up the very sky, whose roots seem to connect to the center of the earth, whose presence seems to anchor this entire realm in the deep knowing of eternal connection, eternal recognition, eternal love that exists beyond all temporary forms, all passing circumstances, all surface changes. Your sibling soul, the friend who became family, or the family member who became friend, the person who somehow carries your frequency, your wavelength, your cosmic DNA in a way that makes them feel like the other half of your heart, the missing piece of your puzzle, the harmony to your melody, the completion of something that was always meant to be whole. The sight of them creates an immediate sense of homecoming in your chest, a relaxation so deep it reaches your bones, a recognition so profound it brings tears of gratitude to your eyes. This is the person who never needed you to explain yourself, who understood your language before you spoke it, who saw your truth before you revealed it, who loved your essence before you fully knew what that essence was. Maybe it was your childhood best friend, the one who felt more like a sibling than some of your actual siblings, who shared your secrets, your dreams, your fears, your wildest imaginings, without ever making you feel strange or different or too much, who celebrated your quirks, your weirdness, your unique way of seeing the world, as if these things made you more lovable, not less. Or perhaps it was a sibling by birth who became a sibling by choice, who grew beyond the roles assigned by family dynamics, who chose to see you, really see you, not as the person the family story said you were, but as the person you actually are, who chose connection over competition, understanding over judgment, love over the learned patterns of childhood that so often divide rather than unite. Maybe it was someone you met as an adult, a friend who immediately felt like family, who slipped into your life so naturally, so seamlessly, that it seemed impossible you had ever existed without them, who brought with them a quality of recognition that suggested this was not your first meeting, not your first lifetime of loving each other, not your first experience of this soul-deep kinship that transcends all ordinary categories of relationship. It could have been a colleague who became a confidant, a neighbor who became a chosen sister or brother, a fellow traveler on some path of growth or healing who understood your journey from the inside out, who spoke your language of seeking, of questioning, of growing, of becoming, in ways that made you feel less alone, less strange, less like the only person who thought these thoughts, felt these feelings, dreamed these dreams. Or perhaps it was someone you encountered through shared challenge, shared loss, shared experience of difficulty that bonded you in ways that easier connections never could, who walked through fire with you, who held your hand in the dark, who proved through their presence during your hardest moments that love is not just a feeling, but a choice, a commitment, a sacred promise to show up, to stay present, to remain faithful to connection even when everything else is falling apart. As you approach this sacred figure, this soul who carries a piece of your very essence, you feel that familiar ease, that sense of being completely yourself without effort or pretension, that quality of connection where masks are not just unnecessary, but impossible, where pretending feels absurd, where authenticity is not just welcomed, but required, because anything less would be a betrayal of the deep truth you share. They look up at you with eyes that hold your entire history together, not just the history of this lifetime, but the deeper history of soul recognition, soul connection, soul commitment that spans lifetimes, dimensions, levels of existence that the ordinary mind cannot grasp, but the heart knows without question, without doubt, without need for proof or explanation. They speak, and their voice carries all the warmth of every conversation you've ever shared, all the comfort of every moment of understanding, all the joy of every celebration, all the strength of every support they've offered, all the love of every expression of care they've given. We found each other again, they say, their words creating waves of recognition that ripple through your entire being, through every cell, through every fiber, through every dimension of your existence, in every lifetime, in every form, in every possibility. We recognize each other. We choose each other. We love each other, because we are family not by accident of birth, but by choice of soul, by recognition of essence, by the deep knowing that some bonds transcend all temporary circumstances, all surface differences, all apparent separations. We are the same soul expressing itself in different forms, the same light shining through different windows, the same love wearing different faces, but always carrying the same frequency, the same signature, the same unmistakable quality that makes recognition inevitable, makes connection effortless, makes love unconditional, not because we are perfect, but because we are perfectly matched, perfectly designed, perfectly intended to support each other's growth, each other's healing, each other's remembering of who we really are. Some bonds transcend blood and time, and we are living proof of that truth. We are family by choice, siblings by soul recognition, connected not by accident but by ancient agreement, by sacred contract, by the deep commitment we made before taking these forms, to find each other, to support each other, to love each other home to the truth of our essential nature, our inherent worth, our natural magnificence, standing there beneath the ancient tree, surrounded by wildflowers that seem to pulse with the rhythm of your shared heartbeat, held in the warm glow of recognition that needs no words, no explanations, no justifications. You understand now the profound gift of sibling soul connection, the sacred nature of chosen family, the miracle of finding someone who feels like home, who speaks your language, who shares your frequency, who reflects back to you the truth of who you are at the deepest level. This person came into your life not to teach you something you didn't know, but to remind you of something you had always known, not to give you something you lacked, but to reflect back to you something you had always possessed, not to complete you, but to recognize your completeness, to celebrate your wholeness, to witness your magnificence in ways that help you see it, feel it, know it, trust it yourself. Their presence in your life is proof that you are not alone, not separate, not isolated in your individual experience, but part of a vast family of souls, some connected by blood, some by choice, some by recognition, some by shared purpose, all connected by the invisible threads of love that weave through every heart, every life, every story, creating a tapestry of connection that includes everyone, excludes no one, holds all in its embrace of unconditional belonging. Feel this truth expanding in your chest now, warming your heart, opening your awareness to the reality that family is not just about who raised you, not just about who shares your DNA, but about who recognizes your soul, who celebrates your essence, who chooses to love you, not despite your imperfections, but because of your authenticity, your willingness to be real, your courage to be yourself in a world that often rewards conformity over truth. This sibling soul connection reminds you that love comes in many forms, that family can be found anywhere, that home is not a place, but a feeling, a recognition, a quality of connection that transforms strangers into relatives, acquaintances into allies, individuals into members of the same cosmic family, all related by the deepest truth of all, that we are one soul expressing itself through countless forms, one love wearing countless faces, one family temporarily scattered across space and time, but eternally connected by bonds that can never be broken, never be lost, never be anything other than perfect, permanent, and absolutely, completely, unconditionally real. Part 3. The Forest of Deep Learning. The Wounded Healer. Take 3 slow, gentle breaths. Feel your body sinking deeper into rest. Now you find yourself walking on a soft forest path. The trees are tall and kind, like old friends watching over you. Each step you take feels like walking on the softest carpet made of fallen leaves. Breathe in and out. Your feet know where to go. Above you, moonlight dances through the leaves, making pretty patterns on the ground. Some spots are bright silver, others are gentle shadows. It's like nature is painting just for you. You can hear peaceful sounds all around. Maybe an owl calling softly in the distance, or leaves whispering secrets to each other in the gentle breeze. Feel your shoulders relaxing, your arms getting heavy. The air smells fresh and clean, like rain and growing things. Your path winds deeper into the forest, and with each step, you feel more peaceful, more safe, more ready to learn something beautiful. One more deep breath. Let the forest hold you. The broken soul who taught you compassion. As you walk deeper into this magical forest, your heart begins to remember someone very special. Someone who came into your life when they were hurting. Maybe they were sad or scared, or their heart was broken into pieces. Feel your heart getting warmer as you remember. This person might have cried a lot, or maybe they got angry sometimes, or maybe they seemed lost, like they couldn't find their way. At first, you might not have understood why they were in your life, but something amazing happened. Even though they were in pain, they taught you how to be gentle. They taught you how to listen with your heart. They showed you that sometimes people act strange or sad, not because they're bad, but because they're hurting inside. Breathe slowly. Let this understanding fill you up. This person was like a teacher wearing a disguise. They looked broken on the outside, but inside they carried a gift for you, the gift of compassion. That's a big word that means understanding when someone else is sad and wanting to help them feel better. Maybe you learned to give hugs when someone was crying. Maybe you learned to share your toys when someone felt left out. Maybe you learned to use gentle words when someone was upset. Feel this wisdom settling into your bones like warm sunlight. You see now that they didn't come into your life by accident. They came to help your heart grow bigger and kinder. Learning. Your wounds become doorways to understanding others. Now you understand something beautiful. The person you're remembering showed you that sometimes the people who understand hurt the best are the ones who have felt hurt themselves. Like how someone who has been lost knows exactly how to help another lost person find their way home. Your own scratches and bumps, the times when you felt sad or scared, these can become like doorways. Doorways that help you understand when others are hurting too. Let this knowing settle into your heart like warm honey. When you've been sad, you know just how to comfort someone else who's sad. When you've been scared, you know exactly what another scared person needs to hear. Healing light meditation. Imagine gentle golden light flowing all around you and this person from your memory. See this light healing any old hurts, wrapping both of you in warmth and love. Feel peace growing in your heart like a beautiful garden. One more deep breath and walk a little further into the forest. The mirror soul. The forest path leads you to the most wonderful clearing you've ever seen. It's perfectly round, like someone drew a circle in the forest just for you. The trees stand tall all around like gentle guardians, their branches making a beautiful roof above you. Your body feels so relaxed now, so peaceful. In the middle of this clearing are the most amazing pools of water you've ever seen. They're so still and clear, they look like perfect mirrors lying on the ground. The moon above makes the water sparkle like diamonds, like stars fell down, just to say hello to you. Feel your breath getting slower and deeper. The air here feels special, like magic lives in this place. You can hear tiny sounds, maybe a cricket singing or water gently moving, or the soft whisper of wind through the trees. Everything feels calm and safe and exactly right. As you walk closer to these mirror pools, you feel excited, like you're about to learn something important about yourself. Let your eyes feel heavy, ready to see with your heart. The person who showed you yourself completely. In this magical place with the mirror pools, you remember someone very special. Someone who was like a mirror for you, but even better than any regular mirror. When you looked at them, or talked with them, or spent time with them, you could see yourself more clearly. Breathe slowly. Let this memory come gently like a butterfly landing. Maybe this was a best friend who laughed at all your jokes and helped you see how funny you really were. Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you and helped you see how smart you could be. Maybe it was someone in your family who saw how kind your heart was, even when you forgot to be kind to yourself. This person didn't just see what you looked like on the outside. They saw who you really were on the inside. All your goodness, all your light, all the special things that make you you. Feel your heart opening like a flower in the sunshine. But sometimes, this person also helped you see things about yourself that were harder to look at. Maybe they gently showed you when you were being a little selfish, so you could learn to share better. Maybe they helped you see when you were being scared of trying new things, so you could be braver. This wasn't mean. It was loving. Like when someone tells you that you have something stuck in your teeth. It might feel embarrassing for a second, but you're grateful because now you can fix it. Let these memories feel warm and safe in your heart. Sometimes seeing yourself clearly felt a little uncomfortable, like when you first wake up and the light seems too bright. But then your eyes get used to it, and suddenly you can see everything so much better. This person loved you enough to show you the truth about yourself, not just the easy parts, but all of you. Show understanding. They reflected what you needed to see, not what you wanted to see. You understand now that this person was a very special kind of friend. They were like a magic mirror that showed you exactly what you needed to see, to grow and become more yourself. They didn't just tell you what would make you feel good. They helped you see the truth. Because the truth is what helps you grow strong and beautiful, like a plant reaching toward the sun. Feel gratitude filling your chest like warm, golden light. Sometimes we want to see only our good parts and ignore the parts that need work. But this person loved you enough to help you see it all, so you could become the most wonderful version of yourself. Self-acceptance journey. Now, looking into these magical mirror pools in the clearing, you can see yourself with the same loving eyes that this person had. You see all of you, your strengths, and the parts that are still growing, and you love all of it. Breathe in acceptance. Breathe out love. Feel complete and whole. The Shadow Teacher. As you continue walking through this peaceful forest, the path leads you to a part where the trees grow closer together. The moonlight here is softer, gentler, making everything look calm and thoughtful. It's not scary at all. It's just quieter here, like nature is whispering instead of talking out loud. Your whole body is heavy with sleepiness now, so comfortable and relaxed. The trees here are old and wise. Their branches reach toward each other like friends holding hands above your head. You can hear the soft hoo-hoo of an owl somewhere nearby, and it sounds like the forest's way of asking gentle questions. Feel your breathing getting slower, deeper, more peaceful. Your footsteps make almost no sound on the soft forest floor. Everything here feels ancient and knowing, like these trees have been waiting for hundreds of years to share their wisdom with you. The air smells rich and earthy, like the forest is full of growing and learning. Even though it's darker here, you feel completely safe. The darkness isn't scary. It's like a soft blanket that helps you rest and think about deep things. Let your eyelids feel heavy, ready to see with the eyes of your heart. The person who triggered your deepest fears. In this quiet, thoughtful part of the forest, you remember someone who was much harder to understand. Someone who made you feel upset, or angry, or afraid. Maybe they said things that hurt your feelings. Maybe they did things that didn't seem fair. Maybe they made you feel small, or scared, or confused. Breathe gently. This is a completely safe place to remember. For a long time, you might have wished this person never came into your life. When you thought about them, your stomach might have felt twisted up, or your heart might have beat faster. You might have wondered, why did this person have to be mean to me? Maybe this person yelled when you made mistakes. Maybe they didn't believe in you when you tried your best. Maybe they made fun of things that were important to you. Maybe they seemed to enjoy making others feel bad. Feel yourself surrounded by love and protection. It was hard to understand then, but now, in this wise part of the forest, you can see something different. You can see that even this difficult person was a teacher. They came to show you something that needed attention in your heart. Maybe they taught you that you're stronger than you thought. Maybe they taught you to speak up for yourself when something isn't right. Maybe they taught you what real kindness looks like by showing you what it's not. Let the wise owl's gentle call remind you that learning comes in many forms. Truth. They came to show you what needed healing. It's like when you have a splinter in your finger. It hurts, and you really don't like it. You wish it would just go away. But when someone helps you take it out, your finger feels so much better than before. This difficult person was like that splinter. They came to show you something in your heart that needed attention and healing. They helped you discover how brave you could be, how strong your voice was, how much love you really had inside. Feel any old hurt floating away like leaves on a gentle stream. You don't have to like what they did. You don't have to be friends with them. But you can understand now that even difficult people can be teachers who help you grow. Shadow Integration Meditation. The wise owl calls again, as if asking, Who are you becoming? And you know the answer. You are becoming someone who learns from everyone, even the ones who seemed mean. You are becoming someone whose heart is so strong that it can find lessons even in difficult places. One more slow, deep breath. Feel peace settling all around you like soft snow. Let the forest hold you here for a moment. Feel all these lessons sinking deep into your heart like roots growing strong and true. Your body is so relaxed now, so ready for even deeper rest and dreams. Feel yourself sinking deeper into peace, deeper into wisdom, deeper into love. Part 4. The Mountain of Transformation. The Lost Love. Your journey through the wise forest brings you to the foot of a gentle mountain. This isn't a scary, rocky mountain. It's soft and welcoming, covered in the most beautiful grass you've ever seen. The path winding up its side looks like a ribbon of moonlight, inviting you to climb. Feel your body getting even more relaxed, each breath taking you deeper into peace. As you begin to walk up this peaceful mountain, each step feels easier than the last. The air gets cleaner and fresher as you climb higher. You can smell sweet flowers growing along the path and hear gentle sounds, maybe wind chimes made of leaves or the distant sound of a babbling brook. Your arms and legs feel so heavy and comfortable now, like you're floating up the mountain. The higher you climb, the more beautiful everything becomes. You can see the forest below you, looking like a soft green blanket. The moon above seems closer and friendlier, like it's walking with you on this special journey. Feel yourself breathing in peace, breathing out anything you don't need. With each step up this magical mountain, you feel lighter and wiser. Your heart feels bigger somehow, like it has more room inside for love and understanding. The path is gentle and safe, winding slowly upward like a loving hug around the mountain. Let your whole body sink deeper into rest as you climb towards something beautiful. The relationship that ended but transformed you. As you reach a lovely plateau on the mountain with soft grass perfect for sitting, your heart begins to remember someone very special. Someone you loved very much, but who isn't in your life the same way anymore. Maybe this was your very first best friend who moved far away. Maybe it was someone you had a crush on who didn't feel the same way. Maybe it was a relationship that felt like it would last forever, but didn't. Breathe gently. Let this memory come softly, surrounded by love. When you first loved this person, it felt like the most wonderful thing in the world. Maybe you laughed together until your tummies hurt. Maybe you shared secrets that no one else knew. Maybe you dreamed about all the fun things you would do together in the future. Feel the sweetness of those memories filling your heart like warm honey. But then something changed. Maybe they had to move away because their family needed to go somewhere else. Maybe they started spending time with different friends. Maybe you both grew in different directions, like two flowers reaching toward different parts of the sun. When this love changed or ended, it probably hurt a lot. Maybe you cried. Maybe you felt angry. Maybe you felt confused and wondered what you did wrong. It might have felt like a piece of your heart broke off and went with them. Let the mountain hold you as you remember. You are completely safe here. But now, sitting on this peaceful mountain with all its wisdom, you can see something beautiful. That person didn't just leave, they left gifts in your heart. They taught you how wonderful it feels to care about someone. They showed you that your heart was big enough to hold real love, even though it hurt when things changed. That love made you who you are today. It taught you to be brave enough to love again. Feel gratitude growing in your chest like a warm, golden light. Truth. Some love you by staying, others love you by leaving. Now you understand something amazing. Some people show their love by staying close to you forever, but others show their love in a different way, by being part of your story for just the right amount of time, and then moving on so you can both grow. Let this wisdom settle into your heart like gentle rain on a garden. This person loved you by teaching you how to love. They loved you by showing you how strong your heart could be. They loved you by helping you learn that even when love changes, the beautiful parts stay with you forever. Like when you smell cookies baking and it reminds you of someone special, or when you hear a song that makes you smile because of a memory. That's the love that stays. Feel yourself surrounded by all the love you've ever given and received. heart expansion, and forgiveness practice. Now, on this peaceful mountain, let your heart grow even bigger. Send gratitude to this person, wherever they are. Thank them for the love they shared and the lessons they taught you. Forgive them for any hurt, and forgive yourself too. Feel your heart expanding like the sky above you, big enough to hold all your memories, all your love, and all your wisdom. One more deep breath, feeling completely loved and complete. The unexpected angel. Continuing your journey up this magical mountain, you reach the very top, the summit where earth meets sky. Up here, you feel like you're floating on a cloud. The view is beyond anything you could have imagined. You can see everything: the forest below, other mountains in the distance, and above you, a sky so full of stars, it looks like someone sprinkled diamonds everywhere. Your body feels weightless now, completely relaxed and peaceful. The air up here is so pure and clean, it feels like breathing in starlight. There's a gentle breeze that feels like the softest blanket wrapping around you. The moon seems close enough to reach out and touch, and its light makes everything glow with silver magic. Feel yourself breathing in wonder, breathing out gratitude. Up here on this mountain peak, you feel connected to everything: the earth below, the sky above, and all the love in the universe. You realize that you can see your whole life from up here, like looking at a beautiful map of everywhere you've been and everyone you've met. Let your eyes feel heavy with peaceful tiredness, ready to see with your heart. This is a place where miracles happen, where the most amazing helpers appear just when you need them most. The helper who appeared in your darkest hour. From this beautiful mountain peak, your heart remembers a very special time, a time when you felt lost or scared or very, very sad. Maybe you were sick and couldn't play. Maybe someone you loved had to go away. Maybe you felt alone and didn't know what to do. Breathe slowly. You are completely safe now. Just when things felt the hardest, someone appeared. This might have been a neighbor who brought you soup when you were sick. Maybe it was a teacher who stayed after school to help you understand something difficult. Maybe it was a stranger at the store who smiled at you just when you needed to feel noticed. Maybe it was your grandmother who knew exactly what to say to make you feel better. Maybe it was a friend's parent who gave you a ride when you were stranded. Maybe it was even a little kid who shared their toy with you when you were feeling left out. Feel warmth spreading through your chest, like sunshine. At the time, you might have thought it was just luck that this person showed up. But now, from this wise mountain peak, you can see the truth. This person was sent to you exactly when you needed them most. They appeared like magic, like a helper from a fairy tale. They didn't have to help you, but they chose to. They saw that you needed kindness, and they gave it freely. They might not have even known how important their help was to you, but their kindness changed everything. Let this memory fill you with wonder and gratitude. Recognition. Angels don't always have wings. Sometimes they have weathered hands and knowing eyes. You understand now that angels aren't always the kind you see in pictures with big white wings and halos. Sometimes angels look like regular people, people with gentle smiles, or strong hands that help, or kind eyes that see when you're hurting. Feel this beautiful truth settling into your heart. These earth angels might be wearing an apron or work clothes or have gray hair and wrinkles that show how much they've smiled in their life. They might be tall or short, young or old. but they all have one thing in common: hearts full of love that they share when it's needed most. Your helper angel appeared in your life exactly when you needed them, like they were waiting their whole life for the chance to help you in that moment. Breathe in the magic of this understanding. Gratitude meditation. Now, send a wave of gratitude from your heart to this special person. Thank them for showing up when you needed them most. Thank them for proving that there are helpers everywhere, waiting to share their kindness. Feel your heart getting bigger and warmer, knowing that you too can be someone's unexpected angel someday. Let this gratitude flow through you like warm golden honey. The Soul Group. Just below the very top of the mountain, you discover the most magical place of all. It's a wide, flat space like nature's own special room, and in the center is a perfect circle of smooth, ancient stones. These stones look like they've been here forever, waiting for you to find them. Your whole body feels like it's melting into peace, so comfortable and relaxed. Each stone in the circle is just the right size for sitting, and they're arranged like chairs around an invisible campfire. The moonlight makes the stones glow softly, like they have their own gentle light inside them. The air here feels extra special, like this place holds love from all the people who have ever sat here. Feel yourself breathing in belonging, breathing out loneliness. As you approach this circle of stones, you feel excitement growing in your chest. You know, somehow, that this is a place where the most important people in your life gather. Not just the ones you can see, but the ones who are connected to your heart across time and space. The people who feel like home. Sitting down on one of these warm, smooth stones, you begin to remember the people who feel like home to you. These are the people who, when you're with them, make you feel like you can completely be yourself. Let these beautiful memories float into your mind like gentle butterflies. Maybe it's your family, the people who love you no matter what, who think you're wonderful even when you're grumpy or make mistakes. Maybe it's your very best friends, the ones who laugh at your silly jokes, who want to hear about your dreams, who make even boring days feel fun. Maybe it's people who like the same things you do, who get excited about the same books or games or activities that make you happy. When you're with these people, you don't have to pretend to be different. You can just be you, and that's perfect. Feel your heart getting warm and full, like a balloon filling up with love. These are the people who understand you with just a look. They know when you're sad, even when you try to hide it. They know what makes you laugh. They remember the things that are important to you. Wisdom. Some souls travel in packs across lifetimes. Now you understand something magical. These people who feel like home aren't just accidentally in your life. You were meant to find each other. Your souls are like a group of best friends who decided to be born at the same time so you could help each other learn and grow and have fun together. Group connection meditation. Imagine all these special people sitting with you in this circle of ancient stones. Feel the love flowing between all of you like invisible golden threads connecting each heart. You are never alone, because this love connects you always. Breathe in belonging. Breathe out any loneliness. Feel completely held by love. Send gratitude to each of these precious souls for choosing to share this life journey with you. Rest here in this circle of love, knowing you are exactly where you belong. Let yourself sink even deeper into peace, deeper into love. Your journey continues. Part 5. The Desert of Solitude. the absent parent. Now, as you breathe slowly and deeply, let yourself walk into a peaceful desert. This isn't a scary desert. It's beautiful and calm. The sand is warm and soft under your feet, like walking on a beach at sunset. The air is clean and clear, and above you, thousands of stars twinkle like tiny diamonds in the dark blue sky. You feel safe here, completely safe and peaceful. As you walk slowly through this quiet place, you start to think about someone special. This might be your mom or dad, or maybe a grandparent, someone who was supposed to take care of you, but they couldn't always be there. Maybe they had to work far away, or maybe they were sick, or maybe they had their own hurt inside that made it hard for them to love you the way you needed. Take a deep breath and let your heart feel soft and understanding. You see, sometimes grown-ups have big problems they're trying to solve. Just like when you're learning something really hard at school, sometimes adults are learning hard lessons too. And sometimes the best way they could love you was to let someone else take care of you better than they could. This doesn't mean you weren't worth loving. Oh no. You have always been worth so much love. Sometimes people can't give what they don't have inside themselves. It's like trying to pour water from an empty cup. But here's something beautiful to remember. Even when someone couldn't be there with their hands and hugs, they might have been loving you from far away with their heart. Love is bigger than just being in the same room. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you breathe out, send some understanding and forgiveness to that person who couldn't always be there. They were doing the best they could, even if their best wasn't what you needed. And breathe in again, feeling all the love from all the people who did help take care of you. Teachers, friends, other family members, all the hands that helped you grow. You were never really alone. The teacher who left too soon. As you continue walking through this peaceful desert, you see something wonderful ahead. It's like a little paradise, with palm trees and cool, clear water. This is called an oasis, a special place of peace and beauty. You walk toward this beautiful spot and sit down by the clean, quiet water. Above you, the stars are so bright and close, like they're smiling down at you with love. Now, let your mind think about someone very special, someone who taught you important things, who loved you and believed in you, but then they had to go away. Maybe they moved to a different place, or maybe they got very sick, or maybe they died and went to heaven. This might be your grandpa or grandma, a special teacher at school, a kind neighbor, or a friend who was like family to you. Take a moment to picture their face in your mind. Remember their smile, their voice, the way they made you feel special and loved. It's okay if thinking about them makes you feel sad. Missing someone means you love them very much. That sad feeling is actually love with nowhere to go. And that's okay. Love never really goes away. You know what? Even though they're not here with you right now, all the good things they taught you are still inside your heart. Every kind word they said to you, every time they helped you feel brave or smart or loved, all of that is still part of you. It's like they planted seeds of goodness in your heart, and those seeds keep growing even when they can't water them anymore. The love they gave you helps you love other people now. Take a deep breath and imagine that person is still watching over you somehow, still proud of who you're becoming. Maybe from the stars, maybe from a place we can't see, but we can feel in our hearts. And as you breathe out, send them a message with your heart. Tell them thank you. Tell them you love them. Tell them you remember all the good things they taught you. Sometimes the most important teachers only stay with us for a little while, but the love and lessons they give us last forever. They live on in your heart, in your kindness to others, in all the ways you make the world a little brighter because they loved you. Rest here by this peaceful water, feeling grateful for everyone who has loved you, even if they couldn't stay forever. Love is the one thing that never really leaves us. It just changes shape, like water becoming clouds. But it's always there, always part of the sky of your heart. Breathe slowly, feel the warm sand, listen to the gentle water, and know that you are surrounded by love that never ends. Love that connects you to everyone who has ever cared about you, no matter where they are now. Part 6, the Valley of Integration. Now, as you breathe slowly and peacefully, letting each breath flow like a gentle river through your body, you begin to walk down a beautiful, winding path. This path is soft under your feet, like walking on the most comfortable carpet in the world, and each step you take feels easier and lighter than the last. The air around you is warm and sweet, filled with the smell of flowers and fresh grass. And as you walk, you can hear the soft sound of birds singing their evening songs. Everything feels peaceful. Everything feels right. Everything feels exactly as it should be. As you continue down this gentle path, walking slowly and calmly, you begin to see something wonderful spread out below you. It's the most beautiful valley you've ever seen, stretching out like a soft green blanket that goes on, dotted with flowers of every color you can imagine. There are streams that wind through the valley like silver ribbons, catching the light and sparkling like diamonds. There are trees swaying gently in the warm breeze, their leaves making soft whispering sounds like they're telling each other secrets. And everywhere you look, there's beauty and peace and a feeling of home. This valley, this beautiful, peaceful place, is very special. It represents where you are in your life right now, not your house or your school building, but the chapter of your story that you're living today. All the people who are with you right now, all the places you go, all the things you do, they're all part of this valley. Take a slow, deep breath in, filling your lungs with this clean, sweet air, and as you breathe out, let yourself feel grateful for this moment, for this place in your life, for being exactly where you are right now. As you walk down into this peaceful valley, let yourself think about all the people who are part of your life today. Your family, the people who live with you and take care of you, your mom or dad or grandparents, your brothers or sisters, or maybe the people who are like family to you, even if they're not related by blood. Think about your friends, the ones who make you laugh until your belly hurts, the ones who listen when you have something important to say, the ones who play with you and share their toys and include you in their games. Each friend is like a bright flower in your valley, making everything more colorful and beautiful. Now think about your teachers, the grown-ups who help you learn new things every day. Your school teacher who shows you how to read better or solve math problems. Your music teacher who helps you sing or play instruments. Even your parents who teach you how to tie your shoes or ride a bike or be kind to others. And don't forget about all the other people who are part of your world. The librarian, who helps you find good books, the person who cuts your hair, the doctor who helps you stay healthy, the person at the grocery store who smiles and says hello, even your mailman who brings letters and packages to your house. Every single one of these people, every person who is part of your life right now, is there for a reason. They're not there by accident. Just like flowers don't grow in a garden by accident. Each person has been brought into your life to teach you something important, or to learn something important from you. Your mom or dad might be there to teach you how to be brave when you're scared, or how to keep trying when something is hard, or how to love someone even when they make mistakes. Your best friend might be there to show you how to have fun, how to be silly and laugh, how to share your feelings with someone who cares about you. Even your teacher who gives you homework might be there to help you learn that you're smarter than you think you are, that you can figure out hard problems if you don't give up, that learning new things can actually be exciting and fun. And here's something really amazing. Even the people who sometimes make you feel frustrated or sad, they're there to teach you something too. Maybe your little brother who always wants to play with your toys is teaching you how to be patient, how to share, how to be a good big brother or sister. Maybe that kid at school who sometimes says mean things is actually teaching you how to be strong, how to stand up for yourself, how to choose kindness even when other people aren't being kind to you. Take another deep breath, and as you breathe out, send a little thank you message to all the people in your life right now. Even the ones who sometimes make you grumpy, even the ones who challenge you. They're all part of helping you learn and grow into the amazing person you're becoming. You see, your life right now is like the most wonderful school ever created, and everyone in it is both a student and a teacher. You're learning from them, and at the same time, they're learning from you too. You might not even know what you're teaching them, but just by being yourself, just by being kind or funny or creative or honest, you're helping them grow and learn too. Maybe your smile teaches someone that the world can be a happy place. Maybe your curiosity teaches someone that it's okay to ask questions. Maybe your kindness teaches someone that they matter and are worth caring about. Rest here in this peaceful valley for a moment, feeling surrounded by love and purpose, knowing that everyone who is walking through life with you right now is exactly the right person, at exactly the right time, to help you become who you're meant to be. The inner child's wisdom. As you continue walking through this beautiful valley, taking your time, enjoying every step, you begin to notice something magical up ahead. At first, it looks like a group of trees, but as you get closer, you realize it's something much more wonderful. It's a playground, but not like any playground you've ever seen before. This one looks like it's been touched by magic, like fairies and friendly spirits have been taking care of it for hundreds and hundreds of years. The swings hang from trees so tall and strong that their branches seem to reach all the way up to touch the clouds. The swings themselves are made of smooth, warm wood that feels perfect in your hands, and they sway gently in the soft breeze like they're inviting you to come and play. There are smooth, round stones arranged in perfect circles, some big enough to sit on, some small enough to use for games, all of them worn smooth by years of children playing on them. There's a little stream that runs right through the playground, clean and clear and just deep enough to splash your feet in on a hot day. And everywhere you look, There are flowers and soft grass and butterflies dancing from bloom to bloom like they're celebrating something wonderful. As you walk into this magical playground, feeling completely safe and happy and free, you notice someone sitting on one of the swings. They're swinging gently back and forth, their feet barely touching the ground. And there's something very familiar about them. As you get closer, you realize who it is. It's you, but a younger you. Maybe you when you were 5 or 6 years old, with bright, curious eyes and a big smile that shows you're excited about everything the world has to offer. This little version of you looks so happy, so full of wonder, so ready for adventure. Their clothes might be a little wrinkled from playing. There might be dirt under their fingernails from digging in the garden. But their face is shining with pure joy and excitement about being alive. Walk over slowly and carefully and sit on the swing right next to your younger self. Don't worry. They're not scared of you at all. In fact, when they look at you, their eyes get even brighter because they're so excited to see who they grow up to become. They think you're absolutely wonderful. And they're proud to know that this is who they turn into. Now, sit quietly for a moment and just swing gently together, back and forth, feeling the warm sun on your face and the soft breeze in your hair. This is one of the most peaceful feelings in the world. Just swinging and being together with someone who loves you completely. After a while, your younger self turns to you with those bright, knowing eyes and starts to tell you something very important. They want to remind you of something you used to know, something that maybe got a little forgotten as you grew older and learned about what grown-ups call the real world. Your younger self remembers that when they met new people, they didn't worry about whether those people were popular or cool or wearing the right clothes or living in the right house. They just saw another person, another possible friend, another someone who might want to play and have fun and share stories. They remember that making friends used to be as simple as walking up to someone and saying, "Do you want to play with me?" Or, "I like your shirt," or, "Want to see something cool?" They didn't worry about being rejected or looking silly. They just followed their heart and trusted that most people, deep down, want to be friends too. Your younger self also remembers something else very important. They could always tell, just by looking at someone, whether that person was kind or not. Not by how they looked on the outside, but by something they could feel. A warm feeling that told them, this person is safe and good, or a worried feeling that told them, maybe I should stay away from this person. They trusted that feeling in their tummy, that little voice inside that whispered yes or no about people. And you know what? That little voice was almost always right. Your younger self was really, really good at knowing which people had kind hearts and which people might not be safe to be around. Your younger self wants to remind you that even though you're older now, people are still just people. Everyone, no matter how old they are, still has feelings that can get hurt. Everyone still wants to feel loved and special and important. Everyone still needs friends and kindness and someone who believes in them. The popular kids at school, they want to feel accepted just like you do. The grown-ups who seem so serious and busy, they still remember what it was like to be young and playful. Even the people who sometimes seem mean or grumpy, deep down, they're probably just scared or sad or lonely. And they could use a friend too. Your younger self also wants to tell you the secret to making friends. The secret they knew when they were little, but that sometimes gets forgotten. The best way to have a friend is to be a friend. The best way to feel loved is to give love to others. The best way to feel happy and included is to help other people feel happy and included too. If you see someone sitting alone at lunch, go sit with them. If someone drops their books, help them pick them up. If someone seems sad, ask them if they're okay. If someone is being left out of a game, invite them to join. These simple, kind actions, they're like magic spells that create friendship and happiness wherever you go. Take a deep breath and let all of this wisdom from your younger self settle into your heart. They're reminding you that you already know how to love people, how to be kind, how to make friends, how to tell who is safe and who isn't. You've always known these things. They're still right there inside you, waiting to be remembered and used. Your younger self gives you a big hug and then starts swinging higher and higher, laughing with pure joy, until they fade into the warm, golden sunlight. But their wisdom, their pure, loving way of seeing people, that stays right there in your heart, ready to help you see everyone you meet with kind and loving eyes. The future souls. Now, as you wave goodbye to your younger self and get up from the magical swing, you notice something wonderful about this playground. The path doesn't end here. Instead, it continues on through the playground, winding like a gentle river through more beautiful places that you haven't explored yet. This path, stretching out in front of you like a golden ribbon, represents all of your tomorrows, all the days and weeks and months and years that are waiting for you, full of adventures you haven't had yet, discoveries you haven't made yet, and yes, people you haven't met yet. As you look down this beautiful path, you can almost feel it. There are people walking on that path right now, walking toward you from your future. People who are meant to be part of your life, but who you haven't met yet. And the most amazing thing is, they're coming at exactly the right time, bringing exactly what you need, and needing exactly what you have to offer. Maybe there's a new friend walking toward you, someone who loves the same books you love, or the same games, or the same silly jokes that make you giggle. Maybe they're walking toward you right now, getting ready to move to your neighborhood, or join your class, or start going to your library or your park. Maybe there's a teacher coming into your life, someone who will help you discover something amazing about yourself. Maybe they'll help you realize that you're really good at art, or music, or math, or telling stories, or helping animals, or something you haven't even tried yet. Or maybe, and this is really special, maybe there's someone walking toward you who will need your help, someone who will be feeling scared or lonely or sad, and you'll be exactly the right person to help them feel better. You might be the friend they've been hoping for, the kind voice they need to hear, the person who helps them feel brave and loved and accepted. Here's something really amazing about how life works. As you grow and learn and become more kind and wise and wonderful, you start to attract different kinds of people into your life. It's like you're a beautiful flower, and the more you bloom, the more good things are drawn to you. When you practice being kind, kind people want to be around you. When you practice being honest, honest people trust you and want to be your friend. When you practice being brave, Other brave people recognize something special in you and want to go on adventures with you. And when you work on learning new things, when you read books and ask questions and try your best in school, you get ready to meet people who can teach you even more amazing things. It's like each thing you learn opens a door to meeting someone new who can teach you something else. So as you continue to grow up, continue to be curious about the world, continue to be kind to the people around you, continue to try new things and help others and follow your dreams. You're actually getting ready for all the wonderful people who are coming into your life. Maybe someday you'll meet someone who becomes your very best friend for your whole life. Someone who knows all your secrets and loves you exactly as you are. Maybe you'll meet someone who becomes like a brother or sister to you. Someone you can always count on no matter what. Maybe you'll meet teachers who help you discover what you want to be when you grow up. Or people who become your teammates in sports or music or art, or even someday, someone special who you'll want to marry and have a family with. All of these people, they're all out there somewhere, living their lives, learning and growing just like you are, getting ready to meet you at exactly the right moment. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to worry about when or how or where you'll meet them. You just have to keep being the amazing person you already are, and trust that life will bring them to you when the time is perfect. Your future is like a treasure chest, full of beautiful surprises and wonderful people and amazing adventures. Every day, you're one step closer to meeting the next special person who's meant to be part of your story. So keep your heart open, keep being kind and curious and brave, and get ready for all the magic that's coming your way. Rest here at the edge of your future, feeling excited and peaceful and full of hope, knowing that your life is like the most wonderful story ever written, and every person you're going to meet will add another beautiful chapter to your amazing adventure. The best is yet to come, and it's coming soon. The sacred return. Now it's time to walk back home. Picture yourself on a gentle path that winds in a soft circle like a snail's shell. This path leads straight back to your heart, where you started this beautiful journey tonight. As you walk slowly along this peaceful path, you can feel something wonderful happening inside you. All the people you remembered tonight, your childhood friend who loved you no matter what, the person who hurt your heart but taught you to be stronger, your teacher who believed in you, the stranger who said just the right words, and everyone else. They're all becoming part of you in a beautiful way. Think of it like this. Imagine you have a special treasure box inside your chest, right where your heart beats. Every person you met tonight gave you a gift to put in this treasure box. Some gifts were sparkly and made you smile. Some gifts were harder to understand at first, like a puzzle piece that didn't seem to fit. But now you can see that every single gift was exactly what you needed. Your childhood friend gave you the gift of pure, happy love, the kind that says, "I like you just because you're you." Put that gift in your treasure box now. Feel how warm and golden it is. The person who broke your heart gave you a gift too, even though it didn't feel like a gift at the time. They gave you the gift of a bigger, stronger heart, one that can hold more love than before. Place that gift in your treasure box. It might look like a beautiful crystal that was once broken, but is now even more beautiful because of its cracks. Your teacher or mentor gave you the gift of believing in yourself. They saw something special in you before you could see it yourself. This gift looks like a bright light that will never go out, Put it safely in your treasure box. The stranger who changed your life with just a few words gave you the gift of knowing that magic can happen anywhere, anytime. This gift is like a shooting star that you can carry with you always. Every person you thought about tonight gave you something precious. Even the difficult people, even the ones who made you sad or angry, they all gave you gifts that helped you become who you are today. They taught you how to be kind, how to be strong, how to forgive, how to love even bigger. As you walk this gentle path home, you understand something very important. You didn't meet any of these people by accident. Your soul, the deepest, truest part of you, called them into your life exactly when you needed them. It's like your soul was saying, "I'm ready to learn this lesson now. Please send me the right teacher." And the amazing thing is, you were a teacher for them too. Just by being yourself, just by being in their life, you gave them gifts too. Maybe you showed them how to laugh, or how to be brave, or how to care about someone. Every person you've ever met has a treasure box in their heart too, and some of their treasures came from you. The eternal web. Now, as you reach the end of your circular path, you can see something magical. Imagine that you're looking out over the whole world from a peaceful hilltop. From here, you can see something that most people can't see during the day when they're busy and rushing around. You can see golden threads. These threads are thin and shimmery, like spider silk made of sunlight. One thread connects you to your childhood friend. Another thread connects you to your family. There's a thread connecting you to every teacher you've ever had, every friend, every person who was ever mean to you, every person who was kind to you. These golden threads stretch out in every direction, connecting you to millions and millions of people. Some threads are thick and bright, because those people are very important in your life. Some threads are thin and gentle, because those people just touched your life for a moment. But every thread is made of love, even the ones connected to people who seemed unloving. You see, when someone is mean or hurtful, they're usually scared or sad inside. The golden thread between you and them is love trying to heal both of you. Sometimes healing happens quickly, and sometimes it takes a very long time. But the love is always there, even when it's hidden. As you look at this beautiful web of golden threads, you realize something wonderful. You are never, ever alone. Even when you feel lonely, even when you're by yourself in your room, you are connected to so many people through these invisible threads of love. And here's the most amazing part. Right now, while you're getting ready to sleep, new golden threads are being woven. Tomorrow you might meet someone new, or someone you already know might say something that creates a new kind of connection. Your soul is always calling the right people into your life at the right time. Some people will stay in your life for many years, like thick, strong threads that never break. Other people will be in your life for just a moment, like delicate threads that sparkle once and then fade, but leave you changed forever. Every person in your life right now, your family, your friends, your teachers, even people you don't like very much, they're all there because your soul and their soul agreed to help each other learn and grow. It's like you're all in a big invisible school together, and everyone is both a student and a teacher. The golden threads show you that every person who has ever lived is connected to every other person. We're all part of one big family, even when we don't realize it. The person who lives on the other side of the world, the person who lived hundreds of years ago, the person who won't be born for hundreds of years. We're all connected by love, the infinite sleep. Now it's time to rest in this beautiful web of love. Picture yourself lying down in the softest, most comfortable place you can imagine. Maybe it's a cloud made of cotton candy, or a bed made of flower petals, or your own cozy bed that feels perfect tonight. As you settle down to sleep, you can feel all those golden threads holding you gently, like a net made of love. You are safe. You are loved. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let your eyes close now and feel your body becoming heavy and relaxed. Your arms are heavy and peaceful. Your legs are heavy and warm. Your whole body is sinking down into comfort and safety. As you drift towards sleep, remember this truth. Every person who comes into your life is a gift. Even when you don't understand the gift right away, even when it doesn't seem like a gift at all, it always is. Your soul is very wise, and it only calls people into your life who can help you become more of who you're meant to be. Tomorrow, when you wake up, you'll meet the people in your life with new eyes. You'll remember that they're all there for a reason. Your family members, your friends, your classmates, your teachers. They're all part of your story, and you're part of theirs. And if you meet someone new tomorrow, you'll know that it's not an accident. Your soul called them forward because you're ready for whatever they have to teach you, or because they're ready for whatever you have to teach them. Sleep now, wrapped in the love of everyone who has ever cared about you. Feel the golden threads holding you close, keeping you safe through the night. Dream of all the beautiful people still to come into your life, all the adventures still waiting, all the love still growing. You are part of something much bigger and more beautiful than you can imagine. You are a precious thread in the great web of love that connects all beings everywhere. Sleep deeply now, knowing you are loved beyond measure, and that every person in your life is there because love brought them to you. Rest now. Sleep now. Let the love carry you into peaceful dreams, and wake up tomorrow ready to see the gifts that every person in your life has brought you. Sweet dreams, beloved soul. You are never alone. You are always loved. You are exactly where you belong.